Hi everyone, this is Bianca and welcome to my land. So today we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day look just for the eyes. I've already done the rest of my face just to kind of get it done, make this simple. My last video was really long and I actually edited it but I didn't save it properly, so it's pretty uncut. So anyway, this one will be a little bit quicker, well, a lot quicker. And I'll be actually talking through the video to kind of walk you through the process. So I already have my brows, my foundation, my lips, well, most of my lips. Everything else is on except for my eye color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes first with Bare Minerals Prime Time All Over Eye Primer. And then I'm going to blend that in with my finger. The point of this product is to keep your eyeshadow on all day long without it creasing, fading away. It helps the colors that you put on look more vibrant and helps them just show up better. One thing you want to make sure that you do is that you blend it in very evenly, because the last thing you want is a hole of not as vibrant color on your eye, because that doesn't look so pretty and it's kind of a pain to fix sometimes. So I want to blend it until it feels nice and smooth and tacky. Okay, so then the colors that we're going to be using are from the BH Cosmetics 120 color palette. I believe this is the first edition. So all those pretty colors are in there. And we're going to be using some of the pinky tones for Valentine's Day. So I'm kind of excited because that's probably my favorite holiday. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to be, I guess I should probably show you this again. We are going to be using this color, which is kind of, has a little bit of shimmer. It's, let me show you up close if I can. That guy right there has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's kind of gold, kind of matte. It's kind of an in-between color, but it's great for a base color. And I'm going to be using my Mary Kay concealer brush. Yeah. Oh, Mary Kay. Nope, sorry. Sorry, not Mary Kay. Bare Minerals. My bad. This one's kind of ratty looking, but it'll work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this concealer brush right underneath the brow bone. The reason I'm using a concealer brush is because I really want a lot of payoff, and that means I really want this color to show up. Some of these BH Cosmetic colors show up really easily and some of them do not. So generally I like to use a brush like this because it'll really pack it on, and sometimes light colors like that just don't always like to show up very much, so that is why I chose this brush. Kind of has multi-uses besides just concealing things. So that's just going to go on all along your brow, underneath the line of your brow. Okay, simple, simple. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to use this pink color right there. It's a great kind of Barbie pink color. Hoping it'll show up pretty vibrant today. I think it will. This is the Bare Minerals tapered eyeshadow brush. This one's really great for packing on the color as well. And this time I'm going to put this color just on my lid. I'm actually going to go all over the lid because it will help the other colors I layer on top of it blend a little bit easier, because that primer will grab the first thing that lands on it for dear life, and when you put a lighter base all over, it really helps things blend easier. So this is really helpful just to do your light color all over, unless you're like a master blender, which most people are not. Sometimes I'll, you know, try to not put a light base all over, but sometimes it doesn't always work out. So this way kind of helps prevent any boo-boos when you're trying to look pretty. Okay. A little bit more on this side and make it even. Hope you can actually see what's going on. I got sunlight and I got like 2 other lights going. Haven't perfected my lighting just yet, but I'm working on it, so hopefully this will turn out better than my last video. Okay, well, I think it's good enough for now. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to this brush. This is the Bare Minerals Eye Defining Brush. It's angled and kind of skinny, so it's really good for getting in the crease. Still has some colors on it from yesterday. We'll just kind of brush those off. And then we are going to do more in the vibrant color range. So we are going to do this pretty pink color right here. It's a little bit darker than the one that we just used. So we're going to do that one in the crease. This is probably one of the brighter colors. Okay, so we're going to just brush this in here. Now this might be kind of scary to use such bright colors on your eyes if you're not used to wearing colors like this, especially when you first put them on, because they look so crazy. But we are going to do some layering, and sometimes doing layering with more natural colors like browns or even grays, basically darker colors that you would normally wear that aren't like crazy colors. That will help kind of naturalize the color and make it not look so crazy. Because sometimes I know when you are doing looks like this and you look at it like right now, you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? But the finished product always looks better and less crazy. Okay. So see how I'm putting this all over the crease. I'm a little more light-handed, using the tip more in the corner, and I'm trying to pack it on a little bit more in the outer corner. And I want it to be thicker out here, thinner in here. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the same brush, and we are going to use the color that was right next to that guy, which is this one right here. It's so pink it's almost red. And we are going to layer with that color. Now I'm just going to get the tip of my brush in there, because I don't want to do this everywhere. And I'm just going to do the outer corner. Just like that. I haven't quite mastered the art of editing videos yet, so eventually I would like these to be a little bit more professional looking and clean cut, but you're just gonna have to deal with the way things are right now. Sorry. Okay, so you see how it's just darker on the outside right there? Pretty easy, pretty simple. Now I'm going to take a blending break, so I'm going to stop putting color on, and I'm just going to blend using my Bare Minerals blending brush. This is like super important. This brush has, the way the bristles are, makes it so you can blend your colors nicely together without over blending them. I just lightly kind of go where all the lines meet of the colors and just softly blend them together so they kind of fade into each other. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to switch to the Soft Focus eyeshadow brush. This brush normally has a white tip, but I haven't cleaned it. I've just kind of halfway cleaned it. Anyway, this brush is really great for adding on more intense colors. Oh, and let me show you the color we're going to use. We're just all over this palette today. We're going to be using this color right here, just kind of diagonal from the color we just used. So this one is going to make it even darker, but we're going to do this one on the lid, I think. I'm just kind of making this up as we go. So this one I'm going to do just on the lid, not in the crease. And I'm going to go in little circles, just kind of on the side of my eyeball, kind of like I'm pushing my eyeball when I do it, just to kind of help you find where your brush is supposed to go. Here, let me get in so you can see a little bit better. One of the keys to having really cool eye makeup is using a gradient of colors, which is basically like what we're doing. So it's different shades of pink or red or browns or whatever look you're going for, because it helps the colors transition from one to another. Some people call that ombre. I don't know where that came from or why people call it ombre. But that's what, that's another name for it, I guess. Okay, so I don't want to do too much of this color, just enough to where it kind of pops out in the corner. This one does not have the best color payoff, as you can tell, because this brush usually packs this color on, any color on, but this one's kind of a little bit harder. When eyeshadow colors, I'm just going to brush some of this extra away. When eyeshadow colors don't go on, you either have a crappy brush or the eyeshadow's crappy. Meaning it has a bunch of preservatives, fillers, things that basically take up room in the compact but don't really do anything for you. Fillers, you know. So not saying that all cheap. This is pretty inexpensive makeup, but some of it's cool, some of it kind of is but you know, it's worth it for all those colors. I mean, it's 120 colors. I think I got this for $12 or something crazy like that, so which is awesome. But they have a pretty good reputation. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I think we're going to switch to, I think we're done with our pinks for now. And we are going to smoke it up a little bit. And we are going to use this dark metallic gray color here. Okay. So this one, I think we're going to go back to our lovely eye defining brush. And this one we are going to layer into the crease on top of those two other colors. So I already tested this one on my hand before I started the video, so I know this one has some pretty good color payoff. So I didn't put too much on there, and I tapped off any excess that was on there just because I don't want it to look crazy. That's something that you can do with colors that you're not used to trying yet. Put some on your hands first to see if, to see how dark it is, you know, and that way you can get an idea ahead of time how much you're going to need to put on your brush, because it's much easier to add a little bit here and there onto your eye and build up the color versus putting too much on and having to start over. That's a pain in the butt. So always test first if you're not sure how much payoff you're going to get. Okay, so I'm doing this kind of lightly because I really want it to blend well since it is such a darker color compared to what we've already used. So I'm just putting this in the crease, kind of like I did my first color, just a little bit lighter handed. And so you can probably see how it's naturalizing those other colors. It's not looking quite so bright pink in your face. It's a lot more toned down, but you can still see those colors popping through, which is cool. Okay, so just notice that pink color I put on my lid, it's kind of faded looking, like right in here, so I'm going to pack a little bit more on there. Maybe put its neighbor on, since it's pretty similar, and see if that helps. That's the problem when you have not so great eyeshadow, is that even with a good primer on, doesn't want to stick, meaning it has too much artificial crap in it that doesn't want to hold on to anything. In that situation, you can always add a little bit more primer on top and just try to pack it more on in hopes that if it's a little bit more wet, it'll grab onto it. But generally, I try to avoid colors that do that. So I don't think I'll be wearing this color anymore. So maybe find another similar pink that you might like better. Just a little bit more work. So we'll see how this lasts throughout the day. This is something that I do generally do after I've kind of blended things, is I'll go back and pat more color on anyway, just to give it some more vibrancy. That really makes a difference, because you don't want an over blended look ever. That takes away all the fun and all the work that you just did. So that really helped a lot. I think adding that extra pink, because I think it has more of the pink look that I was looking for. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I think I want to use this reddish color again. That's the one that we did in the outer crease. I want to do this one again, but I want to use a teeny tiny brush. Now this brush unfortunately is discontinued. I don't know why. This is called the Heavenly Liner Blending Brush. It's a great tiny little brush to get in those little areas. You can use it for eyeliner. I'm going to use it in the tiny little triangle just in the corner of the lid, just to add a little more dimension to my lid since it's so hot pink. Keep in mind, everyone, that these colors don't have to be exactly what I'm using unless you absolutely love them, but you can do the same idea with pretty much any of your own pinks that you could find, or even any blues or greens or whatever colors you're trying to celebrate on your eyes, you know. Okay, so I'm going to blend this out just a little bit with my blending brush. I like to go down when I do this little triangle. I feel like it just blends it halfway without over blending it, because I really want this color to show on the corner. When you do it on the corner like this, it's kind of framing your eyes in and just giving it a little bit more drama. I'm going to use that same brush and color, and I'm actually going to use it to give me a little bit of a red smokiness underneath my eye. If you want, you can add some of that primer to the bottom down here too, which I probably should have done, but I just didn't think about it till now. But that'll help the color grab on better, especially if you tend to have like under eye area that like if your eye waters, or some people just get a lot of smudgies underneath their eye. Okay. So now that it's all kind of pink underneath my eye area, I want it to look a little bit more natural. So I'm going to layer the top of that with that same gray color that we used earlier. And just kind of do, with the same brush, just kind of layer over that color. Really close to the lash line so you can still kind of see it underneath. And I'm only going to go about 3/4 of the way over to the inner eye. Just because I still want to show that pink off a little bit. Oh my gosh, this is 20 minutes already. Ugh. Alright, well, sorry, but I guess this is going to be another long video. Alright. Okay, so this is my favorite eyeliner, Stila Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I think it says stay all day, but it's kind of rubbed off. So I got to do this. I haven't mastered pulling my, or just doing this without pulling my eye. I hate the idea of doing this just because I'm like paranoid that I'm going to get wrinkles from doing it one day, but I kind of been doing it since I was in 6th grade, so so far so good. I don't see any crazy wrinkles just yet. Okay, so I just did a winged liner. I know I did that kind of fast. I just don't want this video to be super long. We could do a winged liner video later. But in a nutshell, I am just lining my eye on the top, skinnier towards the middle of my face, and making it thicker as I go out. Ugh. And I'm just winging it in the corner, and let's hope that it looks pretty symmetrical, which a lot of the times it's not. But we make it as best as we can, or else you will drive yourself crazy. Oh, you should never rush through this part, just so you know, because that's usually how you mess up. But I got lucky today, and it's pretty good. So just get it a little bit closer to the lash line there. Okay, there's that. Today I'm going to try a different mascara I don't usually try. This was a free gift I got for my birthday from Sephora. This is Benefit Their Real mascara, which for some reason I didn't absolutely love it, but I kind of want to use it because I'm almost out of mascara and I don't want to be wasteful. So we're just going to put this on. One thing I do actually kind of like about this brush that I'm seeing other companies do with their mascara is it has this little ball, like spiky ball tip. And I think that is for grabbing all the little lashes in the corners, because that is such an easy area to screw up and put the wand too close to your eye and accidentally like either poke yourself in the eye or like put your mascara all over all the hard work you just did with your eyeshadow. So it kind of makes it so you don't necessarily need to go in so close, which is a plus. Okay, so just a little quick technique. I start really close to the base of the lashes and I like to wiggle it out just like that, to make sure I kind of separate them and get every lash as I go. Sometimes kind of closing your eyelid as you stroke up helps you prevent from imprinting mascara onto your eyelids if your lashes are long enough. So, okay, I'm going to do one more coat on each eye. I hope you guys can see this okay. We'll find out. I think my first group of videos on YouTube are just going to be really uncut, raw videos that I can hopefully just laugh at later, because I'm kind of a perfectionist, but I feel like you have to start somewhere. So I don't want to wait till I get a new camera and figure out how to edit videos before I start putting stuff up there, because I feel like sometimes you just got to go for it, you know. Oh no. Okay, quick little tip. If you get a little bit of a smudge, take a Q-tip. These are my favorite because they're pointy and flat on the side. We'll talk more about those later. But if you do it quick, a lot of times you could just blend it out and you can't even see it. You might have to touch up your eyeshadow a little bit, but let's put a little bit of eyeshadow over that. Dang it. Okay. Most people don't look at your face that close to see something that small. That's not bad. Okay, well, we're just gonna let that slide for today. But I do need to finish this video because it's really long. So that is the almost finished product. I forgot to put lower mascara on. I'm just gonna do a little bit. So play with this look, try some different color combinations, maybe do some greens or browns if you like to be more neutral and natural every day. But this is just a fun Thanksgiving look that you could do. Thanksgiving, oh my God, Valentine's Day. Pfft, wow, I haven't had my coffee this morning. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day, not Thanksgiving to everyone. And please like or comment on my videos. Or, you know, if you have any questions, let me know too. So thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.